This man we're about to introduce is many things, among them an architect, a visionary, and an astronaut candidate, Mr. Max Medina.
Okay, so how architecture can change your life. So I think that this space right now is changing you. The breeze, the space, the nature, probably the sound of the waves, all of that is affecting you in one way or another. And that really shapes the human experience. So architecture shapes who you are. So in a way, it's something magical because architecture is way more than just buildings. It's, as I said, shapes the human experience, and it shapes how you think, how you feel, and even who you like to become. So I think that architecture is something like a vessel that can go through time and space. So, and in that vessel, it can carry your emotions, your behaviors, and even your future. So, what happened with that vessel is wrongly designed. And that's our job as an architect, right? How we can design spaces that can inspire people. And I think that we have built cities for efficiency, but not for meaning. Houses for life, we have forgotten about that in the equation. And I think that we have lost the soul of the exercise into the path of making huge things. So what if, and this is a very positive talk, and I'm a very hopeful guy. So what if we design spaces differently? What if architecture can become a tool for prosperity? So as I mentioned, architecture, it's a vessel that it goes to past, present, and future, where buildings carries the wisdom of the ages of the past, but the dreams of tomorrow. So it's something very unique. I think that architecture is something that passions me a lot, but it can shape and change the humans, how they see the world and how they see life. So I'm gonna talk about a little bit about my projects because it's the only way that I can express through my art. And let's see a couple of projects and what I mean, why architecture can change your life. So social housing. Social housing is a thing that government has done it to give house to people, but they have done it so poorly in design that has failed in that pursuit. So every time that they put a project of social housing, it fails. Why? Because they do not integrate the family into the equation. So what if we design a house inspiring the family? Sorry for the delay. So this is the project that we do as a solution of that analysis. So this is a project that basically creates and integrates the family into the equation. Why? Because basically it's a project where you have full models, this is like a cube, and empty models. What this means? It means that you can build very fast, very cheap, and integrate the family into the equation, into the design process. Because what they do, the governments, is that they build the same house one and over again, 100 times, because they need to control the price. Well, this is a solution where you can actually control the price and have a different product for everybody. So it's contain endless amount of configurations. So this could be a huge idea because you can have your house from 60 square meters to 120 square meters, and just by closing a few walls. So imagine that capability that we have as human to create a product that is so powerful. So this is a couple of images of the real prototype and how it looks like. These spaces when you integrate the family into the equation. And this is a very beautiful project because it was built by the community and it was very cheap to build. Actually, it was 70% more cheaper than any other construction in the whole island, which is something impressive because it's something iconic. And this is the result when you actually integrate the family into the equation to design something unique. Next, interiors. So I think that everybody has been in an interior that doesn't enjoy it to be like, probably you have gone to a restaurant and you want to eat and leave because it's not a comfortable space. So what if we design a restaurant inspires in a memory of a trip? So I have some clients that are a couple, and they went to the Mediterranean and they have a beautiful trip as a couple, and they went home and they say to me, hey, we want to open a restaurant with all the things that we experience. So what if we grab all those experiences and we convert it into a beautiful restaurant that is like froze in a way through my architecture. It froze all those kind of memories. So in a way, it converts into an experience. So a building is way more just than a building. It's way more than an interior. It's a vessel that it transports you to these memories in these places. So we grab the type of flooring and we put different texture inspiring the coastals that they went. The ceiling is organically inspiring the dunes that they visit, and even the walls. It was inspired in the golden sunset that they have when they were traveling. So I think that architecture is an exercise that is necessary, that has to be with passion and with love in the equation. Without that, I think that we have products and buildings that doesn't feel emotions to the people. So factories is another example. Probably factories is not a place where you get inspired, and they are like boxes with a normal roof, and those are very random spaces that are built for efficiency. But what if we create a typology of building that is inspired in the local landscape with mountains and replicate that sensation that is like a forest with wood and that shape of mountains. So we did very interesting things here. So instead of just cutting the land, we manage the topography, and we do terraces to grow fruits and vegetables. And also we integrate the local materials to make a sustainable building. This is part of the result, and this is a beautiful project because inside here we have it's like Lego pieces but made by wood. So it's a very cool place, and this is a place that everybody should see and be inspired of. And this is the place that I was talking about. So now, instead of just doing a retaining wall, which is very boring and expensive, we do terraces that is way more cheaper, and now it's a place where you can grow fruits and vegetables. And also we integrate a beer garden, which is the combination. Have you seen a factory that has a beer garden inside? So imagine how cool you have a technology where you can build a house and make like the Lego pieces, and you don't have the possibility to show it. So in this place, you can have it. And this is actually how you create a building that it can be iconic. Just by the way, this is a building that is just here, and also it won a trophy of the best building in Honduras. So a factory now can be something iconic. Cities is a thing that basically we have lost that pursuit to build to the stars. And I think that because we have forgotten nature in the equation and human spirit. But what if we inspire our cities in natural ecosystem? For example, we have the coral reef here. What if we grab the knowledge of the coral reef and transfer that into the buildings? So if you think about it, buildings are equal to corals. The fish live in corals, and those buildings provide food, shelter, and a mobility system. So what if we do this exactly the same thing and transfer all that knowledge into our cities? So we designed this project where we create this type of city where it's inspired by the local topography, and it can grow just exactly as a coral reef ecosystem, where basically the modules, the houses, can grow as in an organic way, just like nature does. See? And this is the final result when you have a lot of intention in the equation of making a building that it belongs to the place. So just as a coral reef, you can go above, under, and in between the buildings. So this is something unique, and I think that cities can look like that. But you need to be put a lot of soul in the equation and a lot of love in the what you do. And do not forget that this is places to be inspired. So I think that architecture needs to transmit that for the human spirit, needs to create community, because without humans in the equation, architecture is just empty spaces. So this is the last project, and this is the thing that very excites me because this is the thing that soon is going to be real. So the moon. What if building outside the Earth can feel like home? This is a very interesting project because this is something unique. It probably is the first time that you see a building in the moon. But I have been very blessed to be one of the few people that can actually design the moon. And I'm in that pursuit to put something there. So moon. Architecture is a response to the site. So in all the constraints and challenges are opportunities for architects. So in the moon, we have basically 1,000 opportunities to design. And the challenge is that the moon wants to kill you. So what we do is to create a type of building that it can be inspired of nature. So it can start with a single dot, and it can grow in an organic way, very beautiful, just as nature will do, and it's inspired in vernacular architecture. So it's like vernacular architecture is architecture in extreme conditions. So this is very interesting because it creates a system, not a building, that you can actually put in the moon and it can work. So these are a couple of renders of the actual proposal that I have been doing. Probably the moon is one of those places where all the equation, when you design, it changes. So basically, it's extreme temperatures. The meteorites can kill you there. No air, no pressure, and even the light of the sun can actually kill you. So it's a very hostile place. So what is the solution? Basically, create a home where you can actually feel that you are on Earth, because this is the next step as humans. And actually, we need a place that it has the honor to be equal to the spirit of humans going outside the universe. Humans building in the stars. And I think that that's the next step of human evolution. And I'm very excited to be part of that. And I think that architecture is not just about buildings. It's about people. And it's about who we want to be. Because at the end, we just don't design spaces. Spaces design us. And that's how architecture can change your life. Thank you very much.